car for the pilots and have them drive. No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Guys, my God! What are you doing? No, this is wrong. Oh my God! Look at what you did to him! Oh my God!
Cheers of United diving today after that dramatic video of a United Airlines passenger being forcibly removed from an overbooked flight in Chicago. This video has been seen millions of times now around the world. And United's CEO now blasted for, at first, a tone-deaf message to workers on the decision to remove the passenger, originally saying, quote, "Our workers followed established procedures for dealing with situations like this. While I deeply regret this situation arose, I also emphatically stand behind all of you. And I want to commend you for continuing to go above and beyond to ensure we fly right." He also said that that passenger was, quote, reaccommodated. But now the CEO has formally apologized, saying his treatment of the passenger was, quote, horrific. Let's bring in the president of FlyersRight.org. He's Paul Hudson. Paul, you know, this is flying the unfriendly skies again and again. And you say, you know what, passengers may not realize that their rights are actually more limited than they think. What do you mean by that?
Well, you actually have very few rights. Before I get into that, though, I must say this video is so shocking and so outrageous. And for the CEO to praise his employees and to blame the passenger is just pouring gasoline on the fire. But what you have is a situation here where the airline wanted to remove some passengers because they had flight crews that they wanted to accommodate to fly to another destination. This is a very unusual event. It's a little questionable as to whether that is not an abuse by the airline. But getting back to the passengers themselves, when you're in an overbooked situation, you have to follow the instructions of the flight crew. They're like the captain of a ship, and they have essentially dictatorial powers. If you're treated unfairly, you can complain and you can file claims, but that's after the fact.
You know, Paul, here's the thing. Some have argued, you know, you have a contract with the airlines. The airline is supposed to basically deliver on its contract with you when you buy your ticket to take you to your destination. But then there are other laws on the book that say what? That you can't disrupt the flight crew. So what takes precedent here? Do the passengers' rights limited the minute they get on the plane and they can't disrupt and, you know, basically disrupt the flight crew? Is that the bottom line there?
Well, if you read the contract, it basically says that we'll try to do X, but we don't really have to do anything. And there are overriding laws, some of them common law, that give the crew dictatorial powers. And these have been reinforced after 9/11 in the Patriot Act, which gives a flight crew some really extra powers. But if you're faced with this situation, the airline has to offer compensation for volunteers, but there's no requirement how much they offer. They can offer money, they can offer coupons, they can maybe offer blue stamps. And then they can go to forcibly deplaning passengers. Once they do that, and you do have to comply with leaving, then you have certain compensation rights, which are also rather limited. Domestically, right. It goes up to a maximum of $1,350.
So I don't, you know, that's interesting. I'm not sure if people realize that. You could say to the airline, according to the law, that you have to reimburse us up to $1,300. You know, one of the major issues here, anyone who flies a lot, it's like getting prepared for a small military battle. Again, fly the unfriendly skies. It's that airlines overbook. Paul, an astonishing statistic, 430,000 passengers were denied boarding because they were overbooked last year. That's a lot of people being overbooked. Why is this happening?
It's not clear because this bumping overbooking rule goes back over 40 years. At the time, in the early 70s, airlines were only flying 50 to 60% of the seats, and they claimed they needed this rule because of so many no-shows that they had to refund money to. Well, there's very few no-shows today, and if you don't show, you generally lose most, if not all, of what you paid for the ticket. Then the empty seat can be resold at a higher price, typically to a standby passenger. Okay. So we question the need for this rule at all at this point.
Paul, I mean, I'm telling you, we're talking potentially tens of millions of dollars when you consider the cost of an airline flight to overbook. Wow, that's a lot of money, Paul, and it's an area that needs to be investigated. Paul, thank you so much for your time. We'd love to have you come back on. Thanks again.